You know that moment when your phone pings in the middle of the night and something inside you tells you it is different this time? That's how it began for Sarah Miller. She thought she'd found love on a dating app. Instead, she found the perfect lie, crafted by someone who knew exactly how to speak her language. Trust. This is the story of how one woman's search for connection became a global warning for millions. A story of manipulation, heartbreak, and ultimately, resilience. Sarah was 34, living outside Seattle. Her days blurred together remote work, empty evenings, and the quiet hum of loneliness. So, she did what millions do. She downloaded Heartline, a dating app that promised real connections powered by AI. After weeks of swiping, she matched with a man named Daniel Cross, 37, international consultant, charming but grounded. His smile, disarming. His words, effortlessly kind. Their messages flowed. Isale? He wasn't like the others, no cheap pickup lines. No games. Listening. Do? When she mentioned losing her father, he said softly, losing someone reshapes everything. It's like the world tilts, and you never quite find balance again. It wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it. Gentle, real, believable. Before long, they were talking everyday text. Voice notes, late-night calls. He told her he was working in Singapore and would return to the States soon. They planned to meet, even joked about future vacations. But as days passed, small cracks appeared. Calls dropped suddenly. Messages came late. Every time she asked about meeting sooner, he said, "Just one more project. Love. I'll be home soon. I'll be home soon." 4 weeks in, Daniel called one night, his voice low, anxious. "Babe, I hate to ask this, but my company froze my funds. I need to verify a US transfer, just a temporary move through your account." Her mind hesitated, but his tone steady and caring overrode doubt. He wasn't asking for help. He was trusting her. $2,500. A simple wire transfer. He promised to return it in 2 days. That night, Sarah stared at her phone long after sending the money. Her gut twisted, but she told herself, he wouldn't lie. Not him. The next morning, he thanked her, called her his angel. And she believed him. What she didn't know was that her name, her number, her photos were already being sold inside a scammer chat group overseas. A week later, Daniel said his situation worsened. Another delay. Another temporary request. By the third transfer, the total hit nearly $15,000. Each time, his tone was apologetic, but affectionate. He sent her voice messages saying, "You're the only one I trust, Sarah. You're my reason to get through this." The manipulation was surgical. He made her feel irreplaceable, then guilty for doubting him. When her best friend warned, "Sarah, this sounds like a scam," she defended him fiercely, because by then, love had replaced logic. Then came the night, everything broke. The number was disconnected. His profile gone. Her pink empty. Sarah filed a report. She was met with sympathy but not surprise. The officers sighed. These scammers use the same script with hundreds of victims. She sat in her car afterward, staring into the dark, whispering, "How could I be so stupid?" But she wasn't stupid. She was human, and they had weaponized that humanity. In the months that followed, Sarah refused to let shame win. She began sharing her story online, first anonymously, then openly. Her blog gained thousands of readers. People wrote, "You saved me. I almost sent money too." That was the turning point. Sarah began volunteering at a cyber. Her first words to the crowd were shaky but powerful. "Hi, my name is Sarah Miller, and I was scammed out of $47,000 by a man who never existed, and I'm still here." Applause followed. That moment changed her life. She met Elliot Barnes, a cybersecurity expert from London who'd read her articles. Together, they built the Ripple Effect, a global project that teaches people to spot online deception. Months later, At a conference in Singapore, she learned that several of the scammers had been caught. Interpol credited survivor stories like hers for mapping the fraud network. Justice came slowly, but it came. A year later, Sarah testified before the U.S. Senate about digital safety. Her voice steady. She said, "Scams don't target stupidity. They target emotion. It's time we protect emotional safety like financial safety." Her advocacy led to the Miller Act, a law requiring dating apps to disclose scam risks and improve verification systems. The ripple had reached the shore. If you think you're too smart to be scammed, you're exactly who they want. Scammers don't care who you are. They care what you feel. They'll mirror your loneliness, your dreams, your hope until you stop questioning. But love should never cost you your peace. Real love gives you safety, not secrecy. Trust slowly. Verify everything, and never send money to someone you've never met. I'm Sarah Miller, and if my story makes even one person stop before they send, then it was worth everything.